Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of A Pallid Bargain. Players, can you sound off? I want to make sure that everyone's hearing you.
Hello.
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 There we go. Cool.
Right.
Wonderful. Oh. Welcome, everyone. So this is the second episode of a 4-part mini campaign called A Pallid Bargain. Some few housekeeping things at the beginning. So at the top of the hour here on Twitch, there's going to be a 60-second ad break at the top of every hour. So I play those to avoid those pesky pre-roll ads for people who join the stream. So if you don't want to see those ads, you can subscribe to my channel, or if you have an Amazon Prime, you can connect that with your Twitch, and then you get a sub to a channel of your choice every month included in your Amazon Prime subscription. This is as I said, this is the second episode. We're going to have 2 more episodes, so the third one next week and the fourth one the week after that on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. And yeah, that's it. I think we can jump into this week's episode of A Pallid Bargain. So let me turn on some music for us. There we go. So, Pallid Bargain. Players, what happened last time? Can you recap?
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead, perhaps?
Sure. So we arrived at trying to look for the name of the town.
Nicodranus.
Nicodranus. So we arrive and we see that people are complaining because they close off the docks. After that, we made sure to get an inn and hastily made our way down to the docks. And when we go there, we see that it's barren by some guards, and then we see in the distance that there's like this weird vine plant growing on top of like the light tower. So Ioni turns everyone invincible. We go all the way to the lighthouse. We make a door. No, we use the door. We're able to use the door. We get in, and once we're in the lighthouse, we realize there's someone upstairs. As we go up, we're faced with this tree-like creature, right? That we start talking with it, and as we mentioned that we're here to capture the Color Snatcher, he declares us his enemy. Their enemy. We fight. We use arson, which was very effective. And then there was a portal with some like black vines, the same vines that were like involving the lighthouse. And from that, like a face forms that starts talking to us. This is the Color Snatcher talking through the vines, or at least that's what we assume. And he tells us that he made a bargain, that he, like, all these colors are owned to him, so he didn't really escape. He's just, getting his part of the deal. And this sounds weird to us, and we refuse to make a deal with it. And he leaves through the portal. Portal remains there, and then Yone and Sect fight to see who can send a letter to our boss. I stay out of it. And then we get promptly yelled at for, like, telling basically, hey, we have not succeeded yet. How are you doing? So we get jailed at with the letter, so we make the choice that we have to go after the Color Snatcher through the portal.
A very apt summary. So just for background, for anyone who wasn't here for the beginning of the first episode, our party are Volstrucker agents. These are secret agents of the Dwendalian Empire in the world of Exandria, which is for the world of Critical Role. No official affiliation here. And they have been tasked to catch this creature called the Color Snatcher. And as you step through the portal, you feel a churn in your stomach, and you feel like momentarily you are upside down. And as you step onto the other side, you find yourself in a hut. Let me just get my notes. There. Yes, so you are in a hut, and this small hut is strewn about with toys and knickknacks and children's games. It is very homely, made of old wood. There's a window there that looks outside, and in the middle of the hut there is a wooden pedestal that has some sorts of carvings on it and a blue gem with a softly glowing light atop this pedestal. Now, Volstruckers, what would you like to do?
I would like to see if there's anyone here other than us. Like, do I hear anything? Does it seem like the owner of this place is home?
Sure. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Mm-hmm. That is 16.
All right. You take a moment to look around after you find your bearings from traveling through the portal. It doesn't seem there's anyone else in here. There's no sounds or sight to be seen of anyone else. There's also, of course, a door that leads outside. And as you're looking around, you also notice that these carvings on the wooden pedestal are shaped like hand imprints.
Okay. Curious.
Are we
I'm when we
childs? But
go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask if are we in a child's room?
It doesn't seem to be a child's room per se. It just seems like someone's hut, but in particular, there seem to be a lot of children's toys here for some reason.
Wait, that's creepy.
Hmm.
Is there a bed in the room?
Yes, there is a bed, a very unassuming bed.
All right. I'm gonna sit on the bed, and I'm just gonna huff and puff and see the acid burn on my skin. I'm gonna say, can we take a minute?
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't seem like there's anyone here at the moment. I'll just take a quick look, maybe outside, but yeah, you can take a rest.
Yeah, I'm proposing a short rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ioni, like I can come back and play like the Song of Rest, but at first I would like to just, is there any windows, or do I have to
There is
actually?
one window, yes.
Okay, so I would just like to peek outside and see what's happening there. Does it seem like we can, like, peacefully take a hour break
There is
here?
There's a beach outside. You see
Oh.
a beach of black glistening sand and bright emerald green waters.
Okay, but no movement. I can't see anybody.
None to be seen, no.
Okay, I just then return and sit down and take out my flute.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to Ioni and be like, look at the window and then go, oh my god, I'm so sorry. My wish came true.
Yes, there is a beach.
This is a room with a view.
It is, but before we go outside, let's take a moment.
All right. You take a short rest, so I think I can trigger it here on the foundry side, or is it there? Short rest. Boom. You should have something on Foundry pop up on your side.
So how does the blah blah Song of Rest work?
Yeah. So basically, let me tell you. I'm playing like this calming, peaceful song. So you can get if you use any hit dice to heal, you get 1d6 extra healing.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, I
And
hadn't taken any
how-
damage myself.
And how do I choose my oh, but how do I choose the amount of stuff I'm gonna use?
I don't remember what it looks like on your side, but you can just like state it here and then roll it manually.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll like three dice.
Okay, so you
So
get 3d12 plus 1d6.
yeah. I rolled 4, but okay, it's fine. I'm
Okay.
gonna now
You
it
can-
says I have like now it says I have only one used, so
You can manually adjust it if you just click it
yeah,
in your character sheet. You can just adjust that to the correct number.
all right.
So you take an hour to rest after your battle against the big tree creature, which you took down in flames and many a axe strike. You have an axe, right, Sect?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to discuss during this hour, or anything else you want to do while you're resting?
Probably like what's our plan? Like how are we gonna start looking for the Color Snatcher? And maybe I don't know. Should we figure out like who lives in this hut? Maybe it's a clue. Like since the portal did lead here. Like maybe
Are
they've
we
seen
going to
something.
Are we going to discuss about the fact that we were just ordered to travel to Feywild?
Yeah, I think I think Ioni like at least they sense that there's some like there's something we need to figure out like what the deal is that there are like basically like the lord who gave us this mission, like he's clearly made like some kind of deal with the Color Snatcher, so we need to figure out like what did he get in return, because we only know the other side of it.
Never said he made a mistake. That's very odd. It's like the first time where I get jailed through a letter.
Yeah, but hopefully like when we get to return from here, like I've heard stories that yeah, the time works a bit differently here, so I would rather not appear on the other side and then find out that there's been like I don't know 10 years have passed. That would be very unfortunate.
Can I roll an Arcana to see what I know about the Feywilds?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nothing.
What was it?
10 here on D&D.
Yeah,
Didn't
sure.
you roll like 26 last time for Kanaba? Do you know about Feywild?
I think we did like, but I think it was it about the portal magic more or
No, the one that was with the inspiration was for the plant.
Okay, so about the Feywild, you know that the Feywild is a kind of like an echo of the material plane. Like, it has similar topography and geography as the material plane, and it is physical in that there are physical things. It's not like ethereal, like the astral plane. And there are denizens of this world that live here, but this world it works differently. Like, time and space don't work the same way in the Feywild as they do in the material plane. And the creatures here have very different views on everything compared to the material plane. And the Feywild is mainly split into the Seelie Court and the Unseelie Court. Some consider the Seelie Court to be the good side and the Unseelie Court to be the bad side, but it's a bit more nuanced or complicated than that, but you don't know specifically how.
Alright. And you said it's an echo. Can I do like a little match? Because through the window we're seeing an ocean, right?
Yes.
And the portal was on a lighthouse.
Mhm.
So is this... Like, is the topology similar?
You're on a beach, yes, but there's no city here. So
Right.
it's similar in that you are at the beach of what looks to be a body of water, as is Nicodranas, but there's no Nicodranas here. No city was ever built here. At least that you can see from the window.
I'd like to just go outside of the door and see if anyone has been here by using survival.
Sure. You go to open the door and it does not open.
Make a door.
Should it open like outwards or inwards from the hinges?
Let's say inwards.
Inwards, all right. So I'm gonna try to pull it open.
All right. Roll an athletics check for me.
I will do just. That's a 12.
You pull and it feels like the door is made of like an older wood, and it should be giving in at least when you're pulling, but it feels like the door even of it is not budging even a little bit. It feels like it is being held in place by something.
Maths.
I will not take any. I will discard all of that, and I am going to rage and try again.
All right. So roll for your wild magic effect.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Six. That means it is. Six. Until your range ends, you are surrounded by multicolored protective lights. You gain +1 to AC, and while within 10 feet of you, your allies gain the same bonus. You see how I'm gonna take like this, kind of like give my feet a little more space, and I'm gonna drag, take a hold of the knob or the handle with 2 hands, and when I'm gonna shout, you can see how lights flicker outside around me and then around you, and you can feel this soothing sense of being really safe at the moment. And then I'm gonna try again with and this is gonna be with advantage, right?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I'm gonna go to second. I'm gonna wait. Let's try something. I'm gonna use Face Step.
And that's
Just a second. This is happening before.
I rolled with disadvantage, but it's the same. But it's 26 plus 6 plus 2, so it's 28.
Where's the +2 coming from?
No, sorry, it comes from the right. No, it doesn't come from the rage. Sorry, it
No,
doesn't affect.
it's only for
Never mind.
damage. But
Yeah,
a
alright.
26 nonetheless. It doesn't budge. Like it should at least be like bending, and the material should be giving in. No. Pleiades, what did you want to do? Sorry.
I wanted to use Face Step to get out of the hut.
Phase step. How does the spell work? Could you tell me?
I vanish from one place and appear in another. I can teleport up to like 5 squares.
Do you have to see where you're teleporting?
No.
All right. You cast it, and as if you bumped into a wall, you are stopped by this hut, and you can't get out. You have the feeling that there's some kind of magic that is sealing this hut off.
As I see my friends like get stopped by something kind of like invisible force, like the door doesn't open, magic doesn't work, I'm gonna go and inspect the pedestal that's
Sure.
in the middle of the room.
Meanwhile, Sect
Sorry,
is
Sect.
starting to dig a hole.
All right. Just a sec. I'll get back to you, Sect. Yona, if you could roll an investigation check for me, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
9. There is a pedestal. Yes.
Indeed. Let me just put that there. So yeah, you have this wooden pedestal, and around it there are various hand imprints where someone could put a hand, for example, and then on top of it a glowing gemstone of like blue soft glow coming from it.
Okay. If no one, like, I'm just gonna put my hand on maybe, let's say, the leftmost handprint that
Sure.
I see.
I'll get to you back to you in a sec. So Sect, you were trying to dig through the floor of this.
Is there a floor?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to break the floor, and then I'm gonna try to, or maybe there is like something like a, I don't know, what's the word called, like
A trapdoor?
like a trapdoor or something.
So do you want to try to break the floor or search for a trapdoor? There's two different things.
I'm gonna search for the trapdoor first, then I'm gonna start
Okay.
breaking the floor.
So roll a perception check for me then.
Perception. It's a 6.
No trapdoors.
All right, let's make one. All right.
All right, go for it.
So attack roll.
Yeah. I'll say that you still have your rage on
Right.
for the purposes of this.
I'm gonna go reckless 19.
All right,
Yeah.
roll for damage.
All right there, yeah. It's not. I'm trying to press it, but it doesn't do anything.
Oh, really? Oh, that's weird. I pressed it and it did roll for some reason. Oh,
Okay,
I
now
rolled
it-
max.
Okay.
I rolled max damage for you, so.
All right, thank you.
16.
So 18.
18, true. So you swing your axe with all of your might, and it comes down, and for a brief moment, you are able to see a magical barrier that is protecting the floor. It should have hit the floor, but it didn't. It hit this magical barrier instead. Now, right after this happens, Ione puts their hand onto the pedestal, and you hear a voice speak from this crystal. Guilty souls are bound to me. Confess a sin and be set free.
I see. I turn to the others. Well, do you have any secrets you wanna confess? Like, it seems like this crystal wants to hear some dirt.
It was me who ate all the snacks. I'm sorry, I know I told you guys the squirrel stole them, but it was... I did it. I was hungry, and I sleep less than you guys, and it was like 4 very long hours. And,
Yeah, but you had your own snacks. Why did you have to eat all of them?
because I finished mine, and you guys wouldn't wake up for like 4 more hours.
I asked you. I asked
bored.
you in the market that do you want like this is only one bag. I know you're very hungry usually. Like I asked you if we want to get another one. But you
I
said
was trying
no.
to practice self-control, and it just backfired. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I forgive you, but you owe me some snacks. Those were my favorite.
Yes.
Does
So
anything
after-
happen?
Yes. So after this interaction, there's a little bling sound. And then the voice once again goes, "Guilty souls are bound to me. Confess a sin and be set free."
I look at Pleiades and kind of like, can you now test if you can live here? Maybe is it like a person-based thing that everyone have to give one secret or something?
And the light in the crystal has gotten stronger, like brighter.
I'm gonna test it anyway, see if I can get out.
With the same spell?
No, I'm gonna I'm not gonna crash towards the door again.
Just trying to open the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna like fearfully touch the door and see if it
And the
budges.
door does not move.
Damn it.
No, that didn't work.
Okay, Sect, tell the crystal a secret.
Me?
Yes.
What if I don't want to?
Well, then we will live our lives in this little hut forever.
I'm gonna take a firm grip of my axe and I'm gonna say like that like the rage is probably already passed off because just so you know, I don't taste good.
So you mean like you don't?
I don't taste good.
Right.
At the same time, I'm kind of like saying I'm kind of like sizing them up. Like how many rations can I make of them?
Of the axe?
No, of them, of my friends.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. I see.
All right, then I'm gonna put my hand on the pedestal. And I'm gonna say I would eat you in a heartbeat if I would have to.
I'm no longer sorry about eating your snacks, sir.
The light grows stronger, and once again the voice goes, "Guilty souls are bound to me. Confess a sin and be set free."
Okay. Well, Pleiades, let's never get like stranded on an island with Sect. That does not seem very safe.
I don't think I taste good anyway, so
Yeah, I'm like a purple color, and I think that means I'm poisonous probably. So you will probably die if you try to eat me.
Yeah, purple means poisonous for sure.
Yes, that's very true. That's a fact.
I'm just gonna roll if I believe them. Okay, I'm gonna believe them.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to then. I'm gonna point to the window, and be like, "Hey, I see someone moving there. Look out the window," and try and like distract my friends. And then I'm gonna go over to the crystal and whisper a secret to it, so they don't hear me.
Okay.
Do you guys like blindly believe me if I'm just like very theatrically? Oh my god, I see someone out there. Look.
100%. Like you say that, and I'm like stuck to the wall, to the window. Like
I was just talking about eating these people, so absolutely not. I will not turn my head around and look elsewhere.
Okay.
That's how you die.
I don't want to eat you. Do I have to roll like a sleight of hand or something to try to make sure that I can whisper in secret?
Sure. Yeah, go for sleight of hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if Sect, you want to try and like
Nope.
actively listen to try to hear what they're whispering, you
Well,
can roll it.
I think my passive insight ups that.
Yes. So what did you roll? Sorry. Ione, what did you roll?
6. So.
Yeah. So Sect definitely hears you.
yeah.
I have passive perception too, so
You can decide if you're too distracted by looking outside to hear what Ione says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe say if she does, it would be like by accident.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
it's passive perception.
Yeah, and I rolled very badly, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and then casually lean against the pedestal and put my hand on it, and then I'm gonna like stage whisper almost like, yeah. So the last inn before the city, I did charm that bartender. They didn't actually like me that much that they gave us free rooms. I charmed them.
Another bling sound, and the gem glows a very bright blue, and then goes down, and you hear the door click. Door is open.
Yay! I go out immediately.
I'm just gonna look somehow surprised, like, that's a sin in Feywild? Great.
So you all go out. You understand correctly?
Yeah.
Is
Cool.
there anything in the room that looks interesting or that, like, before we leave?
Toys and knickknacks and games,
And the crystal.
and the crystal, which is attached to the pedestal.
What happens if I try to grab it?
You can find out in one way.
I'm out the door when the door opens. Like,
Yes.
Not
Yeah,
looking
same.
back at all.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to grab the crystal.
Okay. You grab the crystal. You hear a voice in your head. No, no, no. No taking me. This is my home. But I have set you free.
And you wanna go for a walk?
I do not.
Okay. She just like respects the wishes of the crystal and places it down. Really disappointed and walks out of the door.
All right. As you walk outside, where's the? There you are. So yes, you are now currently on a beach by a green emerald, bright green emerald waterfront. The sand is black and glistens in the sunlight. But instead of a salty, ocean-like smell, there is a sweet, candy-like smell.
Is there any like tracks on the sand? Like, does it, or is it just like, looking like it's no one has like disturbed it?
It looks like
yeah,
no
I
one...
want to,
Sorry, go
yeah, I
ahead.
want to do that too as well, to see if anyone has been here, and if so, which direction have they went?
Mm-hmm. You can roll a survival check for me.
That's
Yeah,
a 12.
Can I as well?
Yes, you may.
Actually, I'm gonna use the inspiration I got from Bardic Inspiration. It's 1d8, right?
That it is.
Mm-hmm.
1d20.
What did you roll?
And nat 1.
Nice. You
So
are
my
distracted.
total is 15.
15, all right. Yona, you are distracted by the odd nature of this place that you are in.
Yeah.
But Sect, you notice in the sand there's like a slithering kind of track that is about the width of that weird vine tentacle thing that came through the portal. It goes for a little while and then disappears. And from around, or from the other side of the hut now, you hear a voice go, and another voice going, and then the others, wake up, wake up! Someone got through. What? And
I want to
you
ask something
Mhm.
before we. You mentioned it's Mill's suite, right?
I'm sorry?
You mentioned it's Mill's suite,
Yes, correct.
but you also mentioned that the inside of the lighthouse also smelled kind of sweet. Is this the same
Yes.
smell, or are they different?
Yes, they're the same smell.
I'm gonna just say that out loud. It's like, this place smells like the lighthouse.
This place is weird. I'm probably just like standing kind of like at the edge of the sand and the weird sea and like my hands on my hips kind of like, this place is so weird. Completely distracted.
Mm-hmm. And you hear the two sets of people walking now towards you from the other side of the hut, and kind of like just mumbling to each other. And you see around the corner two figures, slightly shorter than you. They have cloven hooves. Their legs, the lower part of their body is like animal-like with cloven hooves. Then they have a humanoid torso and like animal-like horns. One of them is wearing bright colors and looks very festive and happy, while the other one is wearing dark and gloomy colors and looks more sad and somber. And they come up and both of them they're yawning like the one in the brighter clothes. Good morning. We got some new people over here, huh? What's the name? Ziphis, and then the other was. Yes, Phyllis, new people. And they both of them, they look you all over, and both of them take out a scroll and start writing stuff. And they're looking at you and writing.
Are these do we recognize what kind of creatures they are?
Roll either Arcana or Nature, I would say.
That's a 15.
What did you roll, Pleiades?
20. Not natural 20, just 20.
Dirty 20. Both of you know that these are satyrs. They are denizens.
All right, then a player question: are these PG-13 satyrs or R-rated satyrs?
Sorry, are they what?
Are these PG-13 satyrs or R-rated satyrs? Because R-rated satyrs have their dicks out all the time.
Ah, okay. No, they don't have their dicks out.
What would have been the difference if they had?
Because I would have commented on that. That's my character.
Fair. So yes, they're currently looking at you and just writing stuff into a scroll.
Can I try to kind of like, I think I'm now only like noticing them, I'm kind of being like very weirded out. Can I kind of try to walk so that I see what they're writing, like kind of go behind them a bit? Like not too close,
Sure.
but like so I could take a peek.
Sure. They notice you and they're like,
No,
Hi-
I'm
they're
just,
like- stop looking.
what are you writing?
Just notes. Yeah, notes. On you. Visitors. You have to take notes. Because it is time for the census. We are here to gather a census on the support of the Sealy and Unsealy courts. Now,
I see.
who do you support?
Can I dip my toes in the ocean?
Sure.
So, do you guys see Pleiades like take off her boots and just like walk towards the ocean and like dip her feet in the sand? It's like, oh yeah, there's these two guys taking notes, but there's more important things to do.
The ocean feels pleasant and warm.
I stay there.
Sure.
I call Yanni.
uh,
Yanni,
yeah.
the ocean's
Meredith,
warm.
that's great, honey. Have fun. Just a second. I'm gonna turn back to the satyrs and be like, well, before I could choose like which one I would support, I would need to hear their what kind of things they are in support of, and like I have to know what I'm voting for.
We can give you the rundown of the different courts.
Please do.
Allow me to go first. The Sealy Court is of beauty, of life, of color, of happiness and joy and passion. We promote a life full of these things. And of course, we would love for an eternal spring and summer. And then
I see.
the others are, yes, but you are also completely driven by these emotions and you don't take time to think. And you just go head first into problems. Yes. Don't worry about those things. They're not important. What's important is fun. Yes, well, the Unsealy Court is about contemplation, about winter and fall, about the end of things, which signifies a new opportunity for life. We take our time in contemplation. Yes, but then you never get anything done because you only think. It takes too long. Yes, but things should be thought out, shouldn't they?
I see. Thank you for the explanation.
So, who would you like to support?
I have to think about this. When is the deadline for this decision?
I kind of need to know now. There's a big situation going on in the what's the name? Sorry, in Mithrendine, close by, and we kind of need to get
Oh.
our answers now. You see, there's a bit of a situation.
Do tell about the situation. I'm curious.
Well, the Eladrin of Mithrendine need to decide which court is to rule, because it is that time again.
I see.
This is really hard because I don't like to contemplate, but I don't like fun either.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask. Is there any punishment for changing your mind? For example, what if I choose something and then I don't like it and then I want to change my vote?
Well, depending on how people think about it, the decision might be already made by the time you change your mind, so you won't be able to affect things anymore, and then it's unfortunate for you.
Yes. Well.
And of course, we have a little. Is he a visitor, or are they a visitor, or should we say that they've come back home? Well, I don't really know. I guess that's for everyone to decide, but this color snatcher person. Also, there's a big debate on whether they should be supported or not.
Oh, I see. But is there any kind of like a majority what the courts think on that?
Our court, the Unseelies, think that this creature can be supported, while our court thinks no, they should not be
Hmm?
supported.
I see.
So let me get this straight. This is some kind of vote, and you want our votes for the thing?
Well, kind of. We're gathering a census, so we need to see what people think. It's not quite
So
a
do you have
democratic process.
All right. So do you have like an electoral map or something to see how the votes are spread out or something?
No, not really. Just kind of ask people, and then we tell the heads of the courts.
I see. Would our decision here affect the decision for the Color Snatcher?
It might. Who knows?
Just a second. I need to have a meeting with my comrades here to decide what we do.
Very well.
So, hot up.
Yes. I'm actually gonna join Pleiades. I'm also gonna take off my boots and then wade into the water like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. And kind of be like, let's have a think.
And Sect is already going to the hut. Said, you said hot up.
Oh. Just a second. I'm gonna explain the situation to Pleiades if they didn't listen in.
So she's just gonna. Okay, so one of them is like you, and the other one's kind of like me. But we're in
Yeah.
favor of the one that's kind of like me? That doesn't sound
Yeah.
like the usual course of things.
Yeah. I just want all the facts before I make a major decision like this. It's kinda like, I mean, these are they're like promotion speeches, but what they're actually doing, I would like to know. Like, what are their goals for the next like season and things like that. I need to know these things before I do anything hasty.
Why do you care? Are we gonna be here for the next season or whatever?
Well, no, but I wouldn't want to support anything I'm not like, if they then decided, oh, we didn't tell anyone that we like to kill puppies. Of course, I would feel very guilty if I supported something like that.
Like, would you want the next Fey creature that we encounter to be like, yeah, I kill puppies for fun, Sect? We need to think about these things. This is important.
That puppy killing thing was a mission. It was not. I didn't enjoy it.
I still have nightmares of that.
Wait, what? You told me the puppy went to a farm.
It did.
Oh right, yeah, right, yeah.
It did.
It's totally
Sorry,
in a farm.
wrong.
Yeah, it's a different. Yeah.
It was a
We just-
metaphor.
Don't joke about these things, guys.
No. Okay. Yeah, the puppy is all safe and lives in the farm, having fun with its friends. Yes.
We're gonna go visit it, right?
Someday. Perhaps. Anyway, back to this thing. So do we wanna just say that we support the party or whatever court that is against the Color Snatcher, because we are against the Color Snatcher because of our job? We could make things more difficult,
But
for him.
how do we actually feel like about the colors? We only know we have to kill it. Like
Yeah, it seems
have
like
to
with the no
capture
wait,
it.
never mind.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if we don't finish this mission, we are gonna be in big trouble. So, I guess we just have to kind of do
Which
this.
party is more likely to know how to capture it, though?
Oh, we could ask that actually. Yeah. I'm gonna get out of the water, put my boots back on, and then go back to the satyrs. Like, I have a question.
They interrupt their game of rock, paper, scissors. Huh?
So, about this Color Snatcher situation, which court would have more information on how to let's hypothetically capture this creature.
They both narrow their eyes and look. Why do you want to capture it?
No, I'm just like, let's say that the Color Snatcher got out of control and you guys had to deal with this situation. How would you capture it?
What does out of control mean?
Let's say it was causing trouble, like bad kind of trouble that you guys don't enjoy.
And both of them are like, in unison, they're like, that sounds like fun.
Ah.
Okay, but what if you had, like very nice, like paintings or tapestries, like colorful stuff, and the Color Snatcher was like stealing that?
Well, I guess we'd have to see how things develop. I don't know. Who knows? People steal stuff all the time, and then we steal them back, and such is the circle of life.
What if the Color Snatcher was destroying your favorite thing ever, so it wouldn't exist anymore?
Well, that wouldn't be very nice.
Yes, that would
Yeah.
be...
I'd probably do a prank back. Yeah.
How would you prank a Color Snatcher?
Steal its nose?
Does it have a nose?
Good point. I don't know if it does. Never seen it.
Oh. So how you say that it's kind of a, between a visitor and a returning person here. How long has it been gone? Do you know?
No. It came back like a year ago. Or like
I
our
see.
year. I don't know what. You're from the material plane, right?
Yes, is it obvious?
They both look at each other and then look at you simultaneously. Yes.
Okay, I admit.
You wear
Yes.
weird clothes.
These are very fashionable and very comfortable.
Sure.
We're not here for fashion advice. That's as good as it could be.
Clearly.
I kind of look at Pallid like, excuse me.
Like, okay. What would supporting the Color Snatcher mean for you guys? Like,
I don't know. Stuff? It's kind of beyond our pay grade. We just kind of take notes and just let the courts know what people think. Yeah, we're just... This is kind of a boring job, so we could try to sleep as much on the job as possible.
I see. Very handy.
So are you doing your job thoroughly? Are you interviewing everyone, or are you just making up the votes as you go?
No. We're not lying.
Inside check.
Go for it.
10.
There might be a little bit of a lie in there. You're not entirely sure, but it might.
Okay. I'm gonna let that hook sink into me, and I'm gonna like huddle up. This time by the water. This time I'm gonna go by the water.
Okay.
All right. Obviously, we are against the Color Snatcher, so maybe we can get these two doofuses to swing the vote in our favor. And they're like, yeah. So, do you have anything?
Maybe, I don't know, bribery?
What do you bribe a Fey with?
I don't know.
Oh, a deal!
Now, let's not do any deals with satyrs. That doesn't seem like a good thing.
It could be a simple deal.
I mean,
Harmless one.
maybe, I don't know. Do we have anything shiny and fun? I'm looking at Pleiades.
I open my bag and there's lots of like trinkets and souvenirs and shiny or twinkling items. There's a wind chime for some reason.
Maybe we could tell them that if they add a couple votes, I mean, I guess the problem is the unseelie one. They wouldn't probably want to do that. But maybe we could talk to the other one and get them to add a couple votes. Couple hundred votes.
Hey, by the way,
We could tell them we
No.
represent all of the material plane.
True.
Sorry, Sect, what were you saying?
oh no, I was waiting. I was thinking about how long does my disguise self last? It's 1 hour, right?
When did you? Oh yeah, just you used it when you went back to get your stuff.
Yeah. So
It would have
yeah,
ended. It would have ended
Yeah.
during the short rest.
all right. Damn. Or we don't have to represent the whole material plane. We can just represent the Cerberus assembly. And we are very against the Color Snatcher.
True. So what could we say? We are worth of like how many votes?
Do we know how big of a
Yeah.
organization
It's
CA
a-
is?
It's a big organization if you consider the academy and all the students, and because it's a very, very big, like thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, probably even in the hundreds of thousands if you get really like muddy with the definitions.
All right. We are going to be ambassadors to the Cerberus
Yeah.
assembly, and we are very against.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. That works.
Then I'm gonna put my big boy kind of a royalty attitude on, and like, good sirs.
They look up to you from their game of backgammon. Huh?
What? Like, when did they change backgammon? What? And
Just don't worry about it.
we represent Cerberus assembly of the material plane.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That
And-
sounds important. What is that?
It is very
It's an-
important.
It's a very important thing.
Oh.
And
I nod
We-
enthusiastically.
we'd like to tell you that we represent the unanimous opinion courts, and maybe you would like to put some 3+, I don't know, 1100 votes in there.
That many?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, after all, we do represent our organization and we have the power and their backing to, give this vote.
I would like a deception check from whoever wants to roll it with advantage.
I have many things. for
That's
deception.
good to hear. That's good to hear.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to roll this.
Okay. So
You have-
advantage.
Advantage.
Advantage. Was it by shift click?
I think it's either shift or control. I forget which is which.
Let's try. 25.
Yeah, their eyes are wide in amazement of this vast organization that you are the official ambassadors of. And now they're like, well, you should definitely vote for the Sealy Court. Of course, such a great organization would greatly benefit from your support. And the other was, no, you should vote for us. We're better.
Well,
in the when I see this like rolling through, I'm gonna write a message to the Thesis Udon. How many members are in the Cerberus assembly? And just write it up, because Because the thing doesn't say that you have to be on the same plane of existence.
It does not say. Yeah, that's true. It doesn't say.
Yeah.
You do have to throw it into a fire, though.
I can light it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Does that happen?
So it disappears, and while you're discussing, and then letter appears in your hand. You open it, says, some 50,000. Why?
Can other people read the notes that I've been given?
Yes, they're written in regular writing, but they just get sent magically.
Yeah, I'm gonna go interrupt them and sorry, I had the numbers wrong. This is the proper number.
What?
We had to confirm this with the head office, of course.
We're a little off.
They're losing their shit. They're like, oh.
Yeah. So just to clarify, our organization, we are for sure against the Color Snatcher. That will decide our vote.
The Sealy Court Satyr is like, yeah. So can I put you down?
Just still like confirming. So you will be against the Color Snatcher, and might
Yes.
I make sure that your side would also then help us if we perhaps could help with the against position for
Probably.
the Color Snatcher?
Probably, I would say.
Okay, so I can count on your help. Good. Exactly. Excellent. I
So I put you down?
I look at the others like.
So are you putting our names down or are you just putting our organization down because we represent them?
I'll put your organization.
Alright, you can put there, yeah.
He's like, yeah! The other one sits down, defeated. Like,
Oh.
This sucks.
Oh.
Can I pat his head like it's okay? Sometimes we're on the wrong side of things.
He looks glum, looks up at you like a puppy, when like a dog looks up at you and then looks down. Like, And then
I give him one of the trinkets that I had in my bag.
Thanks. There's a wind chime.
Yes.
Good for a nice fall evening.
Hmm.
And then he holds on to it, and then the Sealy Court was like, come, you have to meet the heads of the summer court and the spring court. They'll be delighted to hear about your support.
Haha, yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Can you just deliver the message because we are kind of
No. Such an auspicious support from a great organization like yourself. It has to go all the way up. You should meet them personally. They're wonderful. I'm sure they can help you with whatever you need with the Color Snatcher.
Oh, yeah, maybe they have more information for us.
Come. And then he looks around like, oh yeah, there's the rock. You just walk around that, and then we'll get there. Come. And then he grabs one of
Okay.
your hands and starts pulling.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the other one just is also coming, holding the back. And you walk to this big rock a little bit further down the beach, and as you turn the bend on the rock and start to turn around it, all of a sudden a huge forest appears around the bend. And then as you walk further, you're now in the middle of a forest. Suddenly,
Cool.
the beach is gone.
while we are walking towards there, and I'm gonna go to the other sulking dude and gonna hit him in the back don't be sad, you look weak.
Oh. That's even sadder. Oh.
Be right back.
Hold your head high.
What happens then?
You just carry yourself pride and honor, even through defeat.
Okay. So yes, you appear in the middle of a vast forest now, and the chipper one is like, we're here. Wonderful.
Okay. I kind of look at Sect, kind of like, are we ready for like? Are we ready for this? I'm actually gonna to kind of prepare for this meeting just before I'm gonna give both Sect and Pleiades inspiration.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, because I got my inspiration back from the short
Short
rest.
rest. Yep.
Yeah, so
You are
I
now
had
that level.
Yeah. I'm gonna mark 2 down. Yeah.
Ding dong. All right. So the satyrs lead you a little bit deeper into the forest, and you are now met with the gates of a large city that is built into the trees and forests itself, as though it is part of the nature itself. It doesn't look like the forest has been cleared to make a city. It looks like a city has been built to be part of the forest. And
I'm gonna just lean into Ion and like, how do you zone that?
Sorry?
How do you zone that? I'm talking about zoning, like city planning.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe 3 by 3 or something?
Like, does every tree have to like have a store, a school, a church?
Probably not. Maybe that's like
Yeah.
every 3rd tree? Maybe?
Truly the important questions.
Yes.
What is fantasy
Very
land
strict
zoning?
You know, there's no tall buildings, so very strict jurisdiction here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the trees are like uniform. Right. Yes. So, you're walking through the city, and the area that you enter, it's as if it's spring, all of a sudden. Flowers are blooming. There's smells of flowers all around. There are, bless you.
Allergies. Fuck.
Indeed, your allergies start acting up. You notice this city that they called Mithrendine. It is mostly inhabited by, they look like elves, but their ears are longer than elves usually have, and their clothing and skin tone are colors of spring, essentially.
Mm.
And
Okay.
yep, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, do we know anything about the kind of like kind of
That
people
would
who live
be
here?
an Arcana or history check.
Ooh.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, well, I have same.
I'm gonna
18.
throw Arcana too.
Yeah,
I'm
go for
gonna
it.
try history because nope,
Mhm.
5.
Which of you are proficient in the thing that you're doing? I'm just gonna use it to.
I am. And Pleiades is an Eladrin, so
Yes.
I
Sect,
still want to ask.
14.
I'm proficient in Arcana.
Okay, cool. So both of you know that these are Eladrin. These are elves that used to live on the material plane at some point, but went to the Feywild and have stayed there for a long time. And as such, the magic atmosphere of the Feywild has affected them, and they are now different. And they have been living here. No one knows how long. When the first elves came to the Feywild and stayed, no one knows. But these are Eladrin, and usually,
So, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, usually depending on which court they are part of, the ones in the Feywild are divided into spring, summer, autumn, and winter Eladrin, and that also affects their temperament and their disposition, how they act. what they're like.
So does Pallid have like normal elf ears or like Feywild Eladrin ears?
He would look like an Eladrin, but she's from the astral plane. But you wouldn't exactly know this because she doesn't know this.
Yeah.
But she physically, she probably looks similar. Just that she's like purple with stars all over.
I'm still gonna go with the joke because I'm gonna go see the ears of the other elves in there, and then I go and size Pallid's ears out. They're like, are those still your like baby ears?
Yes, I'm gonna grow into them. We've talked about this.
Yeah, don't tease them. That's mean.
Like
And
you see,
as-
play
as-
it like she just like covered her ears with her hair.
I'm just gonna pat her on the back. No, they're very cute. They're super cute.
Are
as
they?
you're
Yes.
as you're walking through the city, you are getting a lot of looks from the locals because you look very different from everyone else. The others have like nature and flowers and even like animals with them, and like part of their outfits, like there's like plants growing on them, on their outfits. All of them are very spring-like. There's some people have like flowers that are budding, some have petals that are falling off of them because of spring, and they are very joyous and very energetic and having a good time all around. And yeah, the chipper one explains, he says, yes, this is the Eladrin city of Mithrandine. Welcome as ambassadors of the Cerberus Assembly.
Yes.
We find now ourselves in my home area, the Spring District. The city is divided into 4 districts, the spring, summer, autumn, and winter, respectively. We are located squarely on the border of the Seelie and Unseelie courts, and then the city, of course, is divided along the border.
I see.
Yes.
Very organized.
Weirdly so, yes. But let us go see the head of my district, the head of the spring court.
Yes, let's go because I have some very important and interesting zoning questions to them.
Zoning?
Yes.
Must be a material plane thing. Okay, let's go.
Yes.
And you
Extra
make...
fashion, urbanism.
Are we just also looking around? Like, are we kind of underdressed to a court?
You would assume so, knowing court, like what courts are like in the material plane. You would say you would definitely not go dressed like that into a material plane court. Yes.
Yeah, this was also a question to the safety.
Sorry. I thought you were asking me.
Yeah.
He was like, would be a good idea to get you some more appropriate clothing. Come with me. And then he like darts off, and you go to what seems to be a clothing store.
Okay.
And in that clothing store, let me see who's going to be there. In this clothing store, there is a tiny pixie running the store. This pixie greets you as you enter. Hello. Welcome to my clothing store. What can I do for you?
Snake is just gonna laugh out loud, like, whoa. Wow.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Wow, very very colorful fabrics you have. Very nice.
I do, and it is indeed. There's fabrics and plants and leaves and flowers and all kinds of things. And there's mannequins that are made of wood. They seem to grow from the very floor itself.
I look for something very specific. I'm gonna ask if they have glamour weave.
What now, sir?
Glamour weave? I think that's the.
What is that? Let me see.
Let me see if I'm saying it the right way.
Yeah, you are.
Glamour weave.
Glamour weave or glamour?
Glamour.
Glamour weave. Glamour isn't. Harness illusion.
It's they're clothes that are imbued with illusory magic.
I don't have any prepared right now. Just have regular clothing.
I'm gonna trying to go to his voice level. Like, do you have anything in my size? My size is medium, sometimes small, kind of varies.
And then like flies around you with like a little measuring thing to measure, like just basically flies all around you to take your measures. And I can make something for you. What was that one's name? Silas, what's the occasion? And, well, I'm taking them to see the head of our court. And then the pixie's eyes kind of like, oh, important. Let me get you some nice clothing then. And
Thank you.
Are you making fun of me?
No.
You
Gonna
better not.
elbow Sect like, stop it.
All right, outside was inside.
We can't take you anywhere.
Yes.
You get to decide what type of clothing you get from this pixie.
Yay, fashion show. Fashion show.
Slay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can decide for yourselves what type of clothing.
Yeah. If no one fights them, if Yoni's just gonna layer more stuff on her existing.
You're just gonna pick like a fancy cloak to go over all the other cloaks.
Yeah, and maybe add like some, I don't know, like she wears pretty like dark clothing, maybe some dark purple, dark blue there sometimes, so maybe some dark flowers. Add maybe one flower to her messy braid or something. And yeah, then I don't know. Something appropriate on top.
Mm-hmm.
But she also already has a cloak. She has the cloak of protection.
Mhm.
So I don't know, maybe another thinner cloak on top of that or something.
Sect is gonna choose like a really, really well fitted tunic with belt and stuff, and with pants on top of that, and then gonna be like, what's the word? Gradient from like yellow to green. And maybe on the bottom half of the tunic, and then it's gonna turn, the yellow is gonna turn to blue, so it kind of looks like the top garment looks like Springfield
Nice.
flowers.
Very nice.
So
Maybe some real flowers on there.
Yeah, definitely. Like all of what it's made of is like actually like plants and flowers and stuff.
So Pleiades would probably go for like a gown kind of thing. She will pick for whatever looks very glittery. I'm guessing like embroidery and glittery flowers, and they do like an ombre from top to bottom. So it's very full, very dense at the top, and then it dimmers down and as it goes down to the skirt.
And anything glimmery is actually like bugs and beetles and their shells that are glittering, so they scutter onto the dress and then attach themselves. So all of you, as your outfits are being made, it's like nature itself is wrapping you in clothing and the pixie is kind of like orchestrating this all to happen.
So if
Yeah.
I want some clouds on my tunic, is it gonna be like skunk's farts or something?
Probably not like skunks farts. That would be more of a fall thing. Well, no, yeah. Let's say, yeah, sure, yes.
Yeah.
It takes out a skunk and then poof.
Is the pixie gonna like try to get like Yoni to get rid of her armor or previous
No.
cloak or something?
No, we say that
like, no.
it's on top of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna layer on. It's gonna look nice. Like maybe some like very kind of sheen fabrics
Mhm.
on top of that. Layers, more layers. Yes.
Layers.
Yes. Very flowy. Also maybe some kind of like fabric
Mhm.
things that
Cool.
go from the waist down.
Perfect. And after it's all done, the pixie's like, so, Silas, how do you want to pay this? But I was like, I owe you a favor. And then pixie's like, okay, settled. And they shake hands.
Nice.
And then Silas like, okay, let's go. And you get taken to this this big tree that has a building as part of it. It's like a huge oak tree or some kind of tree that is appropriate. And you get taken to a beautiful, beautiful room with a person there sitting. And that's where we're going to take our break. So we're going to have a little 10-15 minute break, everyone. So go stretch your legs, get some water, use the bathroom, and give your pets hugs and kisses. And we'll be right back. See you in a second. Welcome back, everyone. So, before our break, the Volstrucker agents arrived in the Feywild in a mystical little hut that required them all to tell a sin that they had committed to get out of it. After that, they found themselves on a beach, and two satyrs came to ask their consensus on who they want to support, the Silly Court or the Unseelie Court. And after learning that the Silly Court does not support the Color Snatcher and the Unseelie does, they decide to go with the Silly Court. But they also made a little sneaky little lie that they are the representatives of the Cerberus Assembly, some 50,000 plus people. And they got one of the satyrs very excited, and now they are on their way to meet the head of the Spring Court. So, you enter this immaculate-looking room that is teeming with spring life. There are flowers in bloom, animals running around, birds singing, water flowing through the middle in a beautiful little stream, and sitting on a tiny mini meadow feeding some animals is a female Eladrin with pink skin and wearing a beautiful gown of different flowers in bloom. And the satyr walks in, bows deeply, and says, Mistress Everbloom, I have some guests for you. And she turns around quickly and has an excited look about her. Hello, everyone. And oh, who are these strangers? And then the satyr goes, these are representatives of the Cerberus Assembly from the material plane. He says it with a very important voice. They have signed the consensus to support our cause. Some 50,000 people, mistress. She goes, oh, how wonderful. Do be gone. What was your name again? Whatever. Just be gone and leave me with our guests. And, yes, of course. He scampers off. And, she leaves the animals be and walks towards you with a energetic but graceful-like disposition. Welcome, guests. I am Jarwin Everbloom. A pleasure. Now, who are you?
I am Pleiades of the Cerberus Academy. This is Yone. This I say.
Very nice to meet you.
Tell me, what is this?
Very nice to meet you.
Haha, so rambunctious, this one, full of life and vigor. I like it.
See, my outside was good.
Sure.
And if
So-
if there isn't like any kind of echo in the space, I'm just gonna go on with that.
Sure. Yeah, there's a little bit of echo. She says, but what is this cerebral academy? What was it called?
Oh, Cerberus Assembly, yes.
Yes. What is this?
Well, it is a very important organization that is from one of the material plane's greatest countries or kingdoms, the Dundalian Empire.
I've never heard of this empire.
Well, of course. But yes, we are actually here we are following this, I think it was once belonged to the Feywild, this Color Snatcher. We are following it.
I would love to discuss these matters, but there is a more important issue on my mind currently. I cannot think of anything else. We are supposed to assemble the Court of Ages, but I will not be in the same room as someone like the head of summer who would wear an orange dress in my presence. Can you believe it?
Oh, dreadful, dreadful indeed.
Absolutely disrespectful. How could they?
What would they have to do to earn back your respect?
Well, some sort of gesture of goodwill would have to happen. Of course, I shouldn't have to ask for it. That would defeat the purpose.
No, they should just offer it.
Exactly, they should know.
Probably
Sure.
working on it.
What was that?
They're probably working on it. You know, like I'm
Yes.
sure that they per se they want to apologize appropriately. They're
Yes.
just working on this gesture, so it's sufficient.
Did they send you?
No, of course not. But I mean, that would be the wisest decision that they could make, would it not be?
Maybe. So are you here to placate me?
We just wanted to introduce ourselves as we are here on behalf of our organization.
Well, that is all fine and wonderful. And I'd love to discuss all of that, but I cannot occupy my mind with anything else than this transgression against my very
Oh.
being.
Understandable, very understandable. Should we leave you to, so you could calm your
Breathe.
mind in peace?
I guess so.
Your Highness, if I may.
Yes, it's mistress, but
Mistress. My mistress. No, wait, that sounds really wrong.
you can call me Mistress Everbloom.
Mistress Everbloom. If there is a conflict of such in my people, there usually is some sort of challenge, and who one loses usually submits to the wishes of the others.
No, not the way of our people. That is quite an interesting tradition you have there, but no, that is not the way of our people.
But the challenge can take many forms.
What did you have in mind?
For I favor open combat of the parties or chosen champions of the party.
So brutish, barbaric. No.
What about a show or some kind of performance? Like, let's say, music of kind, theater or some kind?
Now that would be very interesting. Yes, the head of the summer court were to give me a suitable theatrical or musical performance, I could see my way into forgiving their transgression.
Yes. The arts do have the way of soothing one's mind.
Ah, they do. They set the soul afire and also calm it.
Yes, I do agree.
I'm trying to. I'm whispering to play it as like, but the arts battle arts. It's like a dance. When all the parties are trained. How is this any less artful? How is it barbaric? I don't understand.
You remember what we talked about? When we visit other people, they could have other opinions. I agree with you. I'm on your side, but I think it's in our best interest to plead to what they want us to do.
Yeah. Yonu is gonna look at the two others and gonna be like, should we go?
Yeah,
I guess.
Jawern has already moved on and is doing other stuff,
Yeah.
completely forgotten about you.
Okay, kind of then just Yonu at least is gonna do a very, very twirly curtsy and kind of okay. And good
Yeah,
day.
but he did mention he represents, or he was gathering votes for both the spring and the summer court, so he probably knows where the summer court is as well. Also, with our Arcana check, do we know any traditions of them? Yoni suggested music or theatrics, but do we know if they have a preference for something?
You know that the Sealy court is more about life and vigor and passion and energy, and the Unsealy court, it's the way to think about them is they're tied to different seasons, and the kind of energy and feelings and colors associated with those seasons is kind of how they work. But it's not known very well because a lot of time when people have come back who have ended up in the Feywild, because usually if someone goes to the Feywild, they end up there by accident because there are various portals and other means of getting into the Feywild that are weird, and they exist in the material plane, so children end up there or people just randomly end up there. But then when they come back, a lot of them don't remember what happened when they were there, or their memories are very jumbled. So there's not a lot of that type of literature about the Feywild that goes into culture and stuff. It's very high level.
So, what was the satyr name?
The satyr's name is Phyllis.
Okay, can we ask him then? What if the
He's
mistress
waiting
ever?
outside.
Yeah.
Can I go ask him if mistress Everbloom, if she has any preference?
Oh, she loves a song about life and birth and energy and something happy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's lots of emotions and energy when you bash someone's head.
that's a,
It's
those
not
are
wrong.
yeah, those are a bit of different emotions. But I do think that if she enjoys life, then bashing someone's head in is more about the extinguishing of life.
Sometimes the protection of life requires violence.
That is true. But so I see that there is this conflict between the summer and spring court. There seems to be some kind of insult made.
It seems the head of the summer court wore a insulting dress to their last
Yes.
meeting. Yes.
Do you know that they from the summer court side, are they planning on some kind of a apology of anything?
Don't know. Since it's been already a while, I would imagine it might not happen.
Yes. Maybe we could help in this matter. I do.
Yes, that could be an interesting proposal. Outsiders, neutral to the situation. Yes, could work.
Yes, it is. And I am a professional with music. For example, on my side, I do though like my kind of music is usually a bit more maybe somber, but I could maybe
do not play somber music to
No.
to her.
I would never. But maybe if we could go to talk to this to the summer course, maybe we could kind of get into agreement of. Maybe we could act as some kind of like I don't know, help in this situation somehow.
That sounds like a lovely idea. I'll lead you to it. And he starts skipping and hopping in front of you, leading the way through through the city, and you're walking through the spring district, and then there's like a clear kind of line where the aesthetic changes from spring to summer. There's like longer grown grasses. All the flowers have already fully bloomed. It's more
Bless you.
Different allergies.
They're worse now.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's worse. Everything is in full bloom, and there's more, animals going about, and it is fully summer. And the colors are also a little bit different, and people have a little bit of a different disposition, where there was more like a energetic and rambunctious kind of feeling in the spring district. Here it's more impassioned but a little bit mellowed out. And you get taken to another similar big tree, and within it you enter a similar kind of room, but now it is in full bloom summer. And
Like,
in there,
Are we dressed wrong? Are we dressed wrong again?
oh, you're right. He quickly takes you to somewhere, and your clothes coloring is updated to be appropriate, and then he takes you back.
Is he paying in favors again?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna when they're leaving, I'm gonna ask the pixie like, how much gold do you want for his favor?
Why would I care about gold?
I don't know. You could make garments out of it.
I have no use for it.
Okay, then I have this lamp. It's a magical lamp. You can find a creature with.
We kind of
What-
need that.
Kind of creature.
Well, with this calibrations, it's meant to find a fake creature at the moment.
Well, I can very easily find fake creatures in the Feywild.
I know. I'm very sure about that. But maybe you can trade this to someone else. Good prank. It would be a really great prank.
Roll a persuasion.
13.
I don't think I want that, but thank you for your offer.
I'm gonna go to Sect and tell them, okay, if you really, really need to pay them, maybe you could do it with a favor of your own? Maybe there's something you can do
Absolutely
that
not.
it sees? Okay.
You've also, Blad, as you know, that trading favors with the Fae is a very risky business. It's like one of the things that everything you've read says, like, do not trade favors with the Fae and do not make bargains with them. Because you have
But
no
it's the
idea.
one thing of... Yeah, but it will be the one thing of value for them. Like,
It
so
is, yes. That's one of their big currencies is favors and bargains. But for people from the material plane, you don't understand how they work. So very often people who have made those deals get shafted because they don't understand how they work. Right, so you come back, you enter this room. Let me see.
When we are leaving, like when I'm saying that absolutely not, didn't you realize how such a wait, I have to did you realize that Uludan made a really pallid bargain with the Fae, and then so you don't make bargains with them or trades, or you don't give
if you
favors?
think it through, it could be like a small favor, but it's the only thing they will accept.
What is small? You're small. That Pixie is small. You're both small to me.
Well, there you go. So a favor to one of us would be very small to you.
So when I'm saying a small favor, and then the other day he's gonna say like, "Yo, go kill that town. Let's go make a genocide because that's a small favor to him."
Where's your sense of adventure?
Not in genocides, at least not in genocides.
Well, you had to draw the line somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah. That's where I draw the line. How about you?
I draw the line ages ago. I don't know where you draw the line.
I'm
Maybe
walking.
genocide was there.
which side of the line are genocides?
Can I refuse to answer?
all right, that's an answer in itself. Let's go.
Jonas, you were saying something?
Yeah, I'm walking ahead of these two and kind of just try thinking of any, like, I'm just thinking about like what kind of music would Mistress Everbloom like, and kind of humming to myself something if I know any fun Lifefall songs.
You definitely, absolutely,
Yeah.
like not a problem. You are a trained bard. You know a whole host of songs.
Yeah.
Of various different occasions and feelings, and yeah, for sure. Like there's probably like a type of music that you prefer, but because you're a trained bard, you know a lot of different songs.
Yeah.
Like a trained musician would know different genres, but they would have the genres that they are interested in the most. Give me a second.
I am Variele.
Ah, yes. So you come into this summer-filled room that has the buzzing of what's that bug called? Cicadas. The buzzing of cicadas in the room, and the room is hot like a summer day. And you see that there is a place there's a stream, but it's like dried up, so there's like a very tiny little stream there, but mostly it's dried up, and in the shade of some leaves there is a person wearing a very light suit made out of different leaves and flowers. And they go, welcome.
Who are you? Tell me.
We
Ian, it's your
are
turn. Oh, sorry.
Don't
Go
interrupt
ahead.
me. We are the representatives of the Cerberus Assembly, and to inform you, we have sided with you on the census with our whole organization body of 50,000 people.
How lovely. What is the Cerberus Assembly?
We are an organization affiliated with the Great Dwendalian Kingdom on the material plane.
Ah, the material plane. How lovely. Welcome. I am Fariele, the head of the summer court. Very good. It seems we have very many votes then. Should be good to turn the tide if the Unseelie court will see this as a valid source of votes, since it is technically not from our plane, so they might object to this, but we can
Yes.
we can try to push that limit. But I have heard that Lady Everbloom does not want to put together the Court of Ages for some weird reason.
Yes, it seems that there's been some kind of a maybe misunderstanding. We
She's
did
so
speak.
dramatic.
Yes, it happens. We did speak to her, and
Ah,
maybe some kind of a musical performance could bring everyone together again. Don't you think that the arts do suit the soul?
they soothe and they empower as well. But what is the problem with her? Why can't she just get over this and we can get together and vote on the issue?
Yes, I think it might be maybe a pride thing of sorts. Maybe she needs some kind of a, you know, um, kind of a little, what's the word?
She
Like a
thinks you
show.
dressed wrong.
She thinks I dressed wrong.
I'm sure it was a complete misunderstanding.
Well, who is she to tell me how to dress?
Hmm.
How dare she?
Yes, I mean, I do think that fashion is a very, very subjective thing. Everyone has their own taste in fashion.
No, there is the right fashion and there is the wrong fashion.
Ooh.
My fashion is the right one. The Unseelie fashion is objectively wrong.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. But going back, what do you think about having a little bit of music to liven up the place?
I will not say no to a lovely performance of music.
Hmm. Do you have any kind of favorites? Favorite kind of music?
I love anything to do with love and passion.
Yes, of course. So, is there any let's say that we were putting together this kind of a musical show. Would there be any performers here that could help us out? You know.
Oh yes, we have musicians in our court. I can ask them to assist you in this. What a lovely idea to put together a little soiree of music.
Yes, yes. As a professional bard, I do have to say that playing music and listening to music, it's my favorite pastime.
Ah, how wondrous.
Okay. I look at the two others like, kind of like, eh? Huh?
Eh?
Eh?
I give a not very sure thumbs up. Like, I want to be supportive, but I'm not sure how this is gonna play out.
Yeah. But yeah, I think if the two others don't want to add anything, Ion's just gonna again do like a very curtsy kind of like bow and then kind of back out of the room like yes, music.
I tried to imitate it, but it doesn't go very well. It's very clumsy.
Where do you plan to have this musical thing?
I'm gonna ask maybe Phylus if
Mhm.
he has any kind of like is there anything like a common kind of literally common ground between the spring and summer sections or anything where they usually have
Yes, he says there is a place like at the borders of the summer and spring district where there's like a stage where they have performances, festivals, music, theater, etc. that can be used.
And then I'm gonna maybe ask if I can talk to the summer if there's any summer court performers that I could maybe talk and have with me to help out.
Sure, he gets together like 3 other Eladrin summer court performers. So we heard you need some music, people.
Yes.
All right.
Sure. Let's have a little show.
That sounds wicked.
Oh my god.
Maybe we could maybe it should be like more of a performance than just a musical performance. Like maybe we could with Pallid like could be like acting out a fight that could be a struggle of symbolizing something. It's really hard to hit you when you make your pointy thingy and everything.
As long as it kind of fits the music, I don't mind. Maybe you can do like there's this. I know that there's some fighters that they have this fancy footwork that they use.
Yeah, I can stand on my toes as well, and then I'm gonna like stand on my toes.
Very good, very good. Anyway, I'm gonna, if the musicians they don't object, I'm gonna kind of teach them a couple of songs that from like maybe they can then give their like Feywild influences to the we can kind of collaborate.
Roll
like maybe some.
Roll a performance check, if you will.
Performance, okay.
We are arpeggios in the Feywild music.
Yes.
I just
19.
imagine Pleiades and Sect like fighting in the background, like practicing.
Sure. Yeah. You're practicing your choreography, as it were. So yes, 19. Absolutely, you talk shop with the musicians. They have some really interesting ideas that you had never thought of. You know, like how if you've studied like let's say Western music, and then you start studying like Indian music or Japanese music or like a very different musical cultures. And you get into the music theory and you're like, this is really weird, but really interesting. It's like that, where you're learning very different ways of thinking about music in itself. How just like the basic elements of music that these people think about it very differently. And vice versa, they also learn some cool things from you. So it's a cool exchange of musical theory and ideas.
Yeah, I think I'm like... we maybe take like 2 or 3 songs that I know from Material Plane, like that are very like, I don't know, some like maybe spring dance kind of stuff that deal with like blooming flowers and life and like celebration of some kind, like very joyous songs. And then maybe we take the kind of like take the lyrics and then adapt them a little bit to fit better like the Feywilds, and then they like take the basic melody, but then the rhythm might be completely different. They add very like different instruments to it, and it's altogether becomes this kind of interesting mashup.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Perfect.
Is there...
All right. Go ahead.
Is there any like classic love story that we know about? Because like Spring mentioned that they like life, right, and all that, and Summer said that they definitely love like a love story. So is there any like classical story that maybe we know that we would be?
For sure, there absolutely are. Especially Ione, you would know a host of classical love stories, so you
Yeah.
can just come up with one. I don't have anything right now that would fit
Yeah.
the world per se.
I have heard about this love story where these two families had they were in a war and they had their children fell in love and then they accidentally killed themselves off, and the tragedy of that made them stop the war.
Yeah, but that's too sad and somber.
Is it?
Maybe
Maybe
we
they
can...
don't die in the end.
Yeah, let's not make them die. Maybe their love can be so powerful that it stops the war. Something like that. I don't know.
Alright, so we would be the opposing families fighting in the background then.
Yeah.
So are you seriously gonna suggest that there's this great war of two families and then two people like, hey, I like sucking that person's face. Can you stop the war, Dad?
I mean, you don't have to make it so crass, but you know. I
You
mean,
just never had a
No.
really good kiss act. It can happen.
and I mean, if the family really cared about their children, maybe if they saw how happy they were with their, new partner, then maybe they were touched by that. You know, usually parents just want their children to be happy.
All right. After
Usually my love make is a great struggle with consent, of course.
Of course.
Kisses don't stop that.
What was I gonna say? Yes, after practicing for a few hours, exchanging ideas and notes, practicing getting your choreography down. This evening, then the show begins as the sun is setting. So there's a beautiful orange sunset as your performance begins. I would like Ione to do a performance roll, and then either Pleiades and Sect, you can do it separately, or then one of you can do it with advantage. Up to you how you want to.
You guys have inspiration as well that I
True.
gave you.
Yes, Pleiades, you
So-
were off screen at that point, so yeah, you
Yeah.
have inspiration.
Okay. Performance. 15?
I think it's appropriate that we make separate rolls.
Sure,
Mm.
that's totally fine with me.
So we roll for performance.
Correct.
You can add D8 to it.
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
gonna
need.
add my.
Nice.
That's a good.
And that's a
roll.
natural. That's a natural 18 from 17, but I
Yeah.
want
Mhm.
to go, and that's
Nice.
So
21.
I got 10 and I add a
D8.
uh,
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. As you are getting ready, a crowd gathers, and in this crowd also are the head of the summer court and spring court, and who give each other the stink eye as they see each other, and they have a entourage with them who are like caring for all their needs and like summoning a chair from the wood that they can sit on, and for the head of the spring court, they're like holding her dress so that it doesn't get too tangled as she's walking, etc. So they're being cared for. And then there are other seemingly there's animals and other Eladrin that are coming to watch, and your performance begins. And the first half of it goes really well. There is a little bit of a clunkiness sometimes with the music, but like they're small moments that are easily not noticeable and that you're easily able to move forward from. As for the background performance, there's a couple of awkward moments there with Pleiades, but overall it goes well, and it is a cool performance. You can describe what it looks like if you would like.
I'm thinking.
Guessing. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Now I'm thinking that probably Pleiades and Sect practice together, so
Mhm.
it's not so weird for them to be like fighting, and it's a mix of things, right? Like she's very nimble and very fast, and he's more like strong and slow movements. So the choreography goes a little bit around that. That's how I would imagine it.
Yeah, and I'm seeing it too. Like there are like points. It's like if you've seen like capoeira, like how there it's always like play fight, but when people they can be really fast when they're doing the thing. But then you are also like if you're in the audience or if you are doing it, you can always like see the moments like, okay, if I don't do something now, this is gonna be really bad. And I think the hiccups are like those moments. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the point is that like we are not able to make the lightning fast alteration choreography to believable that this was planned out. Like it's like this, like I could have snapped played it half if I didn't like back out. Or I think that the hiccups are.
Yeah. And I think the music part is just also kind of like, since there is some like, I think Yoni is singing and then playing the flute in kind of like a kind of solo instrumental solo parts. Then, but at some point she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that we are swapping tempo right now, but okay." And then just like trying to adapt to it, and then maybe like sometimes like she's expecting something to happen that, you know, usually in music this, and then okay, nope, let's get back to it. And then I don't know, maybe the kind of silly chord performers, maybe they are, you know, they might be very passionate since they are from the summer court, so maybe the tempo gets a bit faster at some point, and they kind of improv some parts unexpectedly. But yeah, overall that's just kind of have to, you know, be really sharp and just kind of try to adapt to them.
Very nice. All right. The crowd is liking it. The crowd is very, very enthusiastic, clapping and hooting and hollering at the nice moments, and be like, ooh, because the music is the performance and the music is different to what they would have expected. So it is fresh and new for them. That's the first half. I'd like for you all to roll again for the second half to see how that goes.
Can Eon inspire us during her thing?
Sure. I'll say that yes, they can.
Yep. Yes, I'm gonna maybe do a little part at the end of the first half where I turn to actually directly to you and then sing a part of your character, but it's kind of like very like obvious to us three that it's about you. Again, like, do your best, fight against the rest, or something like that. Yeah.
Good rolls nonetheless. No?
Dirty 20.
Nice. Well done.
Let me roll as well.
Another 13.
I get the same score.
Hey, it's not a bad score.
It's alright. Yeah.
So you get a 16, Yone. Okay, cool. Again, there are, I think for you, Yone, like now the performance is going very smoothly as you've kind of learned to play off each other with the performers from the summer court, and they're learning to play off you. Sorry, are you playing an instrument or just singing? I forget.
I'm singing kind of like the it's part like chorus and other, but then they're like instrumental pauses where I take out my flute.
Okay, cool. Understood.
Yeah.
Yes, and then for Sect and Pleiades, things are also going smoother now. There's a couple of, again, small awkwardnesses, but overall you're improving, and the second half also goes well. You may describe again, if you would like, how the second half looks like.
I think it's getting more intense probably since the story is kind of also ramping up there
Mm-hmm.
with the
Like a
kind of two
crescendo.
families. Yeah, little drama as well. Everything is looking hopeless. Oh no. And then maybe like a
Maybe-
kind of a really very dramatic battle between the families before everything kind of goes to the last phase where everyone is happy and happily ever after.
It's gonna be like I probably think it's gonna be like some of the moments where Pallid is trying to is maybe like hitting Sect, and Sect is seeing that alright, they're gonna hit me, and they're not even trying to like I don't give a fuck, let them hit me. And it's gonna be like in the audience it's gonna be a like moment of like they hit him for real.
Jatka löi oikeasti.
yeah. Thank you for cutting off on that.
Yeah, like probably she's like again, as it's the scene is growing and everything's a little bit more intense, she's getting more carried away. And in a way she knows that Sect can take a hit, so it doesn't like stop her on her tracks when she hits him. She's like in her mindset they're having like a practice, and that's something that would happen. So she just goes on, even though it's not that she doesn't realize that she's hitting him, it's that she's probably not worried because she knows he can take it.
Perfect. Yeah. So the performance reaches its crescendo, and the crowd is at the edge of their seats. Everyone is fully immersed in your performance, and it goes very, very well. There's a few hiccups here and there, but overall, the performance goes very smoothly. And as the final notes are played and sung and the performance ends, is there anything your characters do or say once it ends?
Probably like just wondering. If it works, I'm gonna just like make my hands light up or something very dramatic by the end. Like with the light cantrip. If it works.
Oh, with the light cantrip. Yeah, you can light up
Yeah.
an object, so we can say you light up like
Yeah.
a glove or whatever. And
Yeah. And then very dramatically kind of like pose and then kind of look up on my knees.
Do you have like prestidigitation? Because that would be a perfect spell for this.
Yeah, I didn't take
Alright.
it. I was thinking
No
about
worries.
it.
It's a very situational spell.
It is.
It's like the RPest RP spell.
Yep.
Cool. You get it. You get a big round of applause. Pallid and Sect, is there anything you want to do?
I'm just trying to think about it.
Sure. Take a moment.
I'd say she's like fully immersed into this fight, so she's actually very excited. You can tell that like her hands and all like her stars are actually begin to sparkle and glow very brightly. So as it ends, I'm guessing it ends in like a conciliation, right?
Mhm.
So there's like the fight ends and she does like a bow, but she's like genuinely proud of like this kind of like sparring match that she just had with Sex. You can see like her face is beaming and she's not paying attention to like the crowd or anything. Like she's completely involved in the fight, but she like bows to Sect, and it's like a genuine bow instead of just for the performance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Sorry. Yeah.
I'm gonna no 6, so it's the same thing. So yeah, I'm gonna use my rage for the wild shards effect, and it's kind of the same thing as before. So when I'm around my mates, so everyone is gonna like get this glimmering aura around them.
Amazing.
And then I'm gonna
Sorry.
Yeah.
Finish up.
yeah. Then I'm just gonna hold my weapon up or something because of
Mhm.
Obviously, I won the said struggle.
Yes, and the crowd, as you do these final moments, the crowd goes like, woo, wild and is cheering and whistling, and some are crying in the front row, overcome with emotions, and you can see the heads of the courts look at each other with a little smile, and you can say, okay, you think it worked, and
Nice.
then the performance ends, and the heads come up to the stage, or to the backstage, I guess in this case. They come there, very dignified, with their entourages with them, and Mistress Everbloom comes up first. What an absolutely lovely performance! Oh, so gripping, the drama, the passion. Oh, just truly touched me.
Thank you very much. It was very enjoyable to perform as well.
I could definitely tell your passion shone through all of you. Very, very wonderful. Just an absolute pleasure to experience. I will remember this for seasons to come.
Fariella says that, and then Everbloom says,
This lovely gesture, of course, has not gone unnoticed. Fariele, I, of course, forgive you for your transgression. This is more than enough, and I will be happy to assemble the Court of Ages to settle the case of who shall be in charge of the city for the next seasons, and, of course, what to do with this guest within our realm.
and Fariella bows slightly.
It is a pleasure to know that this performance has smoothed over your feelings, Mistress Everbloom. The Court of Ages will gather tomorrow. I would love for all of you to be there as well, to as ambassadors to the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah, and I bows just like, oh, gladly.
You will be given lodging for the night. You may rest, and we will see you at the Court of Ages tomorrow. Is there
Thank you very
anything
much.
else you need at the moment?
I
Very
think
well.
we are all set.
Not now, but maybe a small favor later.
Roll a persuasion check, because you're asking a favor from the head of the summer court. That's a big ask.
So after all you told Pleiades about favors, she's just like
15.
staring at you, like dead stare right at you.
A small favor. Yes.
I'm just kind of watching us play this, like.
Mm-hmm. And you are shown to a lodging by Phyllis in the spring district. A little house made into a tree that you get to sleep in. So you get to have a long rest now. Is there anything you want to do during the long rest, or we can just speed through it?
Just have I have the crossbow of warning, have it. Like, I think I sleep next to it or something, just in case
For sure.
something happens.
I'm gonna click here in the old boundary. It should prompt a long rest for you.
I would sleep half as much as them. Can I do a stroll in the would it be evening? No.
You can do it like
Like 4
you can,
a.m.
yeah, you can either go for a stroll now during the evening, or you can then have your meditation and then somewhere in like the early morning hours go for a stroll. It's up to you.
I would pick the early morning.
Cool. That is totally fine. Sect, anything you want to do?
Not really.
Mhm.
Maybe go through some of my newish clothes and like see if anything actually was ripped or torn apart from the moments when Pleiades actually hit me. So
I owe you an outfit.
Let's
yeah, I'm
see.
just checking my outfits.
Sure. I'm gonna roll a percentile dice,
Yeah.
and if it's over 50, then there will be some damage from all the moving and stuff. It is. I should have. Yeah. Okay. I need to re-roll. I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry. Let me re-roll that. There we go. No. It is fine.
No.
So yes, you have a comfortable night's rest, and Pleiades, you go for a little stroll in the early morning hours. The sun is about to come up.
I just want to get like a sense of like the city, where
Mhm.
things are, and if there's anything unusual, anything weird.
Okay.
We can-
I'm gonna say you spend like 2 hours walking around because it's a sizable city, and you're checking out different parts of the city. So you see all of the different districts. So you've seen the summer and the spring district. You go into the autumn district here. Leaves are falling from the trees, basically constantly. There are piles of leaves. Sometimes it shifts that it's raining. It's very windy. Everyone has a more somber energy. There's not a lot of people out at the moment, but those who you see, they're very different. And in the winter district, it's winter. There's snow, no leaves on the trees, cold, ice. And the city itself is very different to the material plane in that you don't see like a lot of shops and guilds and stuff that you would expect in material planes. It is more around like based around like what do people like to do, and then facilities to facilitate them doing the things that they like. And or that's more on the Sealy side. The unsealy side is it feels more controlled and muted and thoughtful, whereas the Sealy side is more chaotic and like bursts of energy kind of thing.
Right. Can I be making like a rough map? of
Sure.
things?
Well, we'll say you make a rough map. What would you roll for that? Because you don't have cartographer's tools at the moment, so you're gonna have to work with what you got. So you could roll. Let me see what would be appropriate. It's a dexterity check. Yeah, just a straight dexterity check.
Okay, so all right. So we just roll dex.
Yeah, just a pure dex check.
Okay. It's very rough.
What did you roll?
10.
Cool. It's an okay map. It's not to scale. You mark some landmarks there, but nothing is to scale. And then you walk past like a few landmarks. You're like, where was that again? I forgot to mark it down. I think it was around here. So it's not the best map by any means. You're not a cartographer. It's not your trade, but it's a map that can be used.
Yeah, it's mostly like to get like an idea and to like draw it out. So it's
For sure. It's like a circular kind of city. So the districts are kind of divided in like think of a circle that's divided in 4, roughly speaking.
do I notice anything weird or unusual? Like these are very thematic cities, right? So if anything
Yep.
was out of place it would stand out.
Very much so, yes. And you don't find anything in this city that stands out like that, except you see like a big, like a giant tree trunk in the middle of the city. Like this is smack dab in the middle of everything. And it's like, it goes into all 4 of the districts, sorry. And it's an old stump that has been cut at some point, but it's bigger than any other tree in this city.
Like a baobab kind of thing.
Like a what now, sorry?
Baobab, but I could be pronouncing that wrong. Like the small prince trees?
Oh, those, yeah, kinda. It's not quite that thick. Because baobab
Okay.
trees are very uniformly thick, but this is like it's a trunk of a tree, so it's a stump. So it used to be a whole tree, but at some point it fell or was cut down. You don't know. So it is the
Okay, I want to
remainder.
do.
Sorry.
I want to do 2 things. I want to
Sure.
count the rings in the tree.
You mean like the on the
The
inside
rings,
of it?
yeah, to know.
It is very high up. You would like.
Oh, okay.
It's huge. It's a huge tree, so it is like several stories tall and thickness wide. It's like several, like it's blocks of.
Okay. No. Is there any way I can know what this tree is?
You could ask anyone who passes by. There's not a lot of people out at this hour. There's some.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna like
Sure.
ask the first person. It's like, hey, what's up with this big tree over here?
That is the court of ages, where all the nobles of the courts gather to make important decisions.
Like, what kind of decisions?
Who rules the city? Where should the yearly ball be held? The badger ate all of the honey. Who is going to replenish said honey? You know, important things.
Was there a tree here before?
There was a very, very long time ago.
What happened?
Legend has it that the... hold on, let me check some names. Sorry, I need to jump into the Critical Role wiki really quick to check some names. How's it going, chat? In the meanwhile, I'm just going to say hi to chat while I'm searching stuff. You doing good, chat? You enjoying? I hope you're having fun. I'm having fun. There we are. All right. Here we go. Legend has it that Potentate Samanar and Lady Elminor had a fight around these parts very long time ago, and one of the trees was damaged during this fight, and it could not be decided who should live in this area. So they decided to end the tree's suffering, and for a city to be built here that would house both courts as a sort of compromise.
Interesting. I don't have anything else to ask on that. I just thank him, and I give him another trinket from inside my bag.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Is this some sort of stamp?
Yes.
Well, lovely. Thank you. I appreciate the return for my favor. And this
Wouldn't want to be in debt.
he strolls off.
Alright. Does this ring any bells to me, or is it just like, oh,
No idea.
nice trivia about the
You've
town?
never heard of this. You have no idea. Like I said, the history and like specifics of the Feywild are not known well in the material plane. You know, some people have crossed over and gone to the Feywild, come back from the Feywild, but yeah, it's not well documented.
So these three just didn't end up very well from like this nasty divorce between these
It
people.
would seem so, yeah.
Oh, that I would just think that it's a shame because it would probably be very nice to see something that big, but like at least I know like I'm gonna guess the decision that we're gonna be seeing tomorrow is gonna be there, or it's gonna happen there.
Yes, that is correct. That is the Court of Ages.
I guess I would be going back.
Sure.
Is there like a pastry shop on the way to get breakfast?
We'll say you find a pastry shop on the way. Yes.
Alright. So like Leia just comes back
Mhm.
with like brown bags filled with like croissants and bread and like jam and stuff.
Aw, that's
Nice.
so sweet.
I also just imagine, I think like Yoni just went to sleep with all of. By the way, they also put the summer clothes on top of the spring clothes, so they are now like. Yeah, so they were just like, this is very cozy. But I think like when they wake up, it's just like, and then like flowers are falling down when they raise their head from the bed.
Like
but
bugs crawling all over the
Yeah, like-
bed.
is it morning? What year is it? Yeah.
Alright.
So you arrive back with breakfast as Sect and Yona are waking up.
Yeah, you see she's like putting the table, like just placing all the food and stuff.
When maybe we have a moment when Pallid hasn't returned, and I'm just gonna be like really maybe a little scared, but I didn't ask them to kidnap her. I know she's small, but I didn't mean that.
I'm sure she'll be somewhere. It's fine, probably. I mean, there's probably a beach somewhere here as well, so it's just, dipping their toes in.
Alright, so you guys are like, Sect is like worried that somebody kidnapped Pleiades, and she just like shows up with with breakfast. It's like,
Yeah.
Sect, sorry, I forgot your coffee. I just don't like it, and I sorry. I
Told
got
you.
tea.
Oh yeah, tea, yes please.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
it
be
is.
really wary about all the favors and bargaining things going around me. I'm gonna be. I don't owe you anything, right?
No, you're my teammate.
Yeah, we don't do the deal bargain thingies here. Though, I mean, I guess this is now payment for the snacks that you stole, Pleiades.
Yes, that was totally my purpose. I meant to do this.
Did you
Yes.
get any bagels?
Gonna guess she did get.
Okay.
If you like bagels, she probably remembered.
Okay, I consider your debt repaid with this.
The food is different. It is not the same kind of pastries that you're used to in the Dwendalian Empire. They're use different jams and jellies and spices, so it's a little bit weird.
Interesting.
It's like when you go to Mexico and then you eat like spicy candy and you're like, this is weird. Why is candy spicy?
Where is Mexico? Is it on a material plane?
No, it's in the astral plane.
All right.
And that's why Pleiades speak Spanish. Anyways.
Exactly.
The deep lure.
The deep lore. Exactly.
Yes.
After you have your breakfast and you get yourselves sorted, the satyr Phyllis comes. It's time to go to the Court of Ages.
Very well. How should we dress? Like, I'm gonna ask actually, fellas. Should be summer clothes, spring
Actually,
clothes?
I think it's better if you wear your normal clothes, because then you look different, and because you're ambassadors, so that would make
True.
sense.
Okay, I start taking off layers.
Some of the layers just like grow off and like go off because they're like animals, so they like and just skitter
Yeah.
away.
Goodbye, little fox. I love you.
I'll suggest we use the black cloaks that the Volstruckers have.
Sure.
So we can look more uniform.
And you make your way to this huge
Make our way.
to this huge tree stump that was once a grand tree, but is that no longer. Now it is a central governing house for the courts and the nobles. And this place has a huge courtroom where they discuss all of their issues, and it is divided in 4 per court. And everything here is immaculately built, and it's just a pinnacle of beauty that you have seen here in the Feywild. And you are brought to the side of the Sealy Court, kind of between the head of Summer Court and head of Spring Court. And as you are getting seated, you are greeted by Lady Everbloom and Fariele. And you also see on the other side the other heads. So the head of the Autumn Court, you see a gloomy looking thin male Eladrin wearing dark shades of orange and yellow, and looks very somber and very drawn into themselves. And then you see the head of the Winter Court, a Eladrin woman of blue skin and snow and ice motifs in what she is wearing. And she has a very hard and cold exterior. And there is a thumping of like a cane. The Court of Ages is now brought to order. And everyone kind of silences down, and the kind of chattering stops. And everyone turns to attention. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
I was gonna tell Sek, just
Sure, you can say before.
after that, I was gonna tell me, hey, they probably have all that zoning information in here.
And I was also like, when we are like almost up like there, I'm gonna give them inspiration. So
Sure.
please do good.
do mark that down for yourselves so remember for
Yes.
next time that you have
Yeah.
inspiration. But yes, that is episode 2 of A Pallid Bargain. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Thank you, of course, to the players. Please shout out yourselves, players. Okay, go ahead. You go first.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you very much. I'm Age. You can find me at Twitter as Silmapeli, where I post memes, cute things, music stuff, RPG stuff, grandma crafts, so on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Um,
Fabs, go for it.
Hi everyone. So you can find me as Orchidile, just as it is in the post from Jules. I mostly post art or memes as well, but you can find me in Instagram with that same name, and I post art in there sometimes.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, Ketu.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. You can find me on Twitter at Mika Keturin. Chat. I mostly post Finnish stuff, so use the Twitter translation function because it's very very funny and immaculately accurate from time to time. So
Thank you very much. And hey, of course, I'm Fun with Fondue. I'm the GM here. I stream. There was a question in chat. When do I stream? I usually stream on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. But I also have a stream this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time, which is the 17th episode of Dyson Easy. So get ready for that. But yes, if I don't see you then I'll see you on Monday's stream, which is going to be a just chatting stream, and I might play something. I don't know yet what I'm doing next Monday because it's a whiles away. And yes, so this is going to... Let me restart that. The third episode of A Pallid Bargain is going to be live next week, Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. And we're going to see where things go within the Feywild after that. It's going to be very exciting. And you should also check out Dyson Easy on all the social media platforms. That should be posting now in the chat. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Insta. You can find Dyson Easy there. I post D&D and tabletop role-playing game related content daily. Get that stuff daily, yeah. And what else? I think that's it. Yes, thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you in the next episode, and keep it Dyson easy.